Hello, welcome to the Knitting Project. My name is Sharon and I'm coming to you from Surrey in the UK, where I live with my family and my animals. Today is Thursday the 31st of October 2024. Happy Halloween everyone, and this is episode 164. Welcome if you are a new viewer, or welcome back if you're a returning viewer. Thank you so much for joining me today. I have picked up a few new viewers over Vlogtober, so thank you very much. And to my old regulars, also thank you as well. Thank you for sticking with me. So we've got a few things this week. More than I thought I was going to have, because I did get very derailed by a project this week. And if you've watched the vlogs, you'll know which one that is. I mean, this week just got derailed anyway. For those of you that don't watch the vlogs, we ended up with a leak on Sunday, which turned into 3 leaks on Monday. And then my poor puppy Zelda, so my daughter's dog Zelda, hurt her paw on Tuesday, which I came downstairs, had been upstairs chatting to Ian about the fact that leaks had been fixed by the plumber, to a significant amount of blood in the kitchen. And then we had an emergency vet's appointment. So the fact I have anything to show you this week is a miracle, but there we go. So I've got coffee. My gnome mug. This might be a theme. That should be the thumbnail. Yeah, that might be a bit of a theme for this week's podcast. Maybe. A bit of a hint there. Right, let's start with... I'm going to start with finished objects, just because they're on the top of my basket and it'll be easier to get them out. Number 1. I'm sure you'll all be pleased to see that these are done. I finished the socks. So these are the Exploding TARDIS socks. It's a colourway from a dyer in America who had Crystal in their name. I can't remember what the rest of it is. And then I lost the label. It's very, very old stash. I think it's 2017, this. So yeah, it's quite a deep stash. And I bought it at the time to make socks for Meg. And it's only taken me this many years to make them. So I've done a 1x1 twisted rib, because apparently I hate myself. And then it's just a plain vanilla sock. It's got a... slip stitch heel turn, and a wedge toe. And I did those on 2.5mm needles, and I used 2 circulars. Yeah, and I love these. I did say that they could go double as Starry Night socks as well, especially as they are a merino and lurex mix, so they're extremely glittery. I think you can just about see the glitter on there. And yeah, there are 2 of them. I went to see my friend on Saturday, and one of my goals was to get these finished. Actually, I kind of made myself get these finished before I cast on one of my new cast. Well, I'd cast it on, but before I could work on my new cast on, I made myself finish these first. So I will be giving these to Meg later on today. So if you watch today's vlog, you should be able to see her reaction. So hopefully she'll be a happy bunny. She gets a pair of socks every Halloween, normally a lot earlier in the season, but... And these aren't, I mean, maybe that could be significant. Normally I make her scrappy socks, so maybe that's why it took me longer to do these, because they're not scrappy, and scrappy socks really, truly do knit themselves. Who knows? I might be proving that theory. So, but anyway, I love them. We were worried that they were going to be a bit rough, but I've blocked these now. And I have actually blocked them. I did actually soak them. They are still slightly damp, which is really annoying, because I do want to give them to her today. And they're a lot softer now. Like, they've gone buttery soft, which is really nice. So obviously it did just need a soak. So that's those. They're finished. Very pleased with that. Need to take... Oh, no, I don't need to take finished object photos. Did that with my friend Kate. So I just need to put that entry in the diary. So next up is a cute finished object. I can honestly say, when I was talking about this early in the last 2 podcasts, I didn't realise how little I still had to do on this gnome. But here she is. She's finished. She's all done. So this is... I need to look it up. Sorry. Where is she? All Work Gnome Play. It's by Imagine Landscapes, Sarah, and I can't remember her surname. Saoirse, Skira. Hold on, I've got Skira. I've got a purchase there that's significant. Yeah, and isn't she cute? I'm really pleased with her. Oh, honestly, it's only taken me, when did she, I think she was started in 2021. And yeah, it's been a hot minute, but she's finished now, so she's all done, and I'm definitely keeping her for myself. In fact, I think I'm going to clear the top of my writing desk that I have just across there and start making a little gnome collection across the top, inspired by my friend Kate's gnome collection. Unless there's somewhere out in the main house I can hide them, in which case they may go out there. But yes, I love her. So that's my other FO. She was done on 2.5mm needles. The yarn is hedgerow yarns. It was just some minis that I had of hedgerow yarns. So there's 3 different colours. There's an orange, which is what her nose is wonky. And no matter what I do, I can't get her nose to stay straight. But she's got a wonky nose. It's part of her personality. Her plaits, and I think that's it, isn't it, for that colour? Just her nose and her plaits. And then we've got, that colour's her hat and her gloves and her bottom. And then the main colour is for the body. And yeah, in hindsight, I'm not keen on this much speckling variegated yarn on a gnome. I prefer my gnomes, I think, to be plainer. But more about that later on in the episode. But yeah, she's done. Very pleased with her. As I said, all I had left to do when I picked this up again was the 2 arms and the 2 plaits. The nose was already done. I literally only had those 2 arms and the 2 plaits to do. Now I have to say 2 things actually. I would have made a plait sticker. I wish I had done that. But I'm not changing it now. And also, the little gloves were quite fiddly, but they're very effective. Very, very effective. I do like them. It didn't take me that long. But yeah, love her. Right, so that's that one. So what I've been working on other than those 2, which actually would take me quite a long time, is my Vento. And this is a Jennifer Steingass pattern. Knit Love Wool, I think, is her kind of company name. And this is another one that I was determined I was going to get to a certain point on before I could knit my next object. And what I wanted to do with this is do the short row shaping at the back and split for the sleeves, which is exactly what I've done. So the last time you saw this, it was, where's it gone? Oh, is it not on here? Yes, it is. There we go. The last time you saw this, it was there. And then a lot of this is short row shaping, so it does actually look, hold on, I can marry these up now because I hadn't taken these with me when I went to Kate's, and there we go, I haven't worked on this since. So I was there, and a lot of this is short row shaped, so it's all short row shaped. And then I have now split off for the sleeves. So the sleeves are on barber cords, as you can see, and the body is on the needles, and this is just round and round and round now. So this is perfect retreat knitting, so I'm not gonna, I decided not to work on this anymore. I decided it's because I wanted to work on the other thing. Who am I kidding? However, I do want to, I want this finished object, so I actually do need to get on with this, and I'm planning a retreat purchase for another Jennifer Steingass pattern. So before I can start that one, I do need to get this one finished, and I want to wear it, so I really need to get this finished. I need to get on with this. But yeah, I managed to split for the sleeves. I wrangled where I was. I'm going to make sure I always mark my middle stitch of anything I'm knitting, because that was a lifesaver when it came to working out where the sleeves and everything else was on this. It's a really useful thing to have. So that little stitch marker there, which is a corner of craft coffee cup stitch marker, is my middle stitch. So that's the middle front. So I'm going to always mark the middle front stitch so I know exactly where my middle front is, because once you know that, you can work out anything else. So yeah, that was, as I said, that was a lifesaver. Oh, I love this. I really do. So the yarn is commercial. It's just a Sirdar yarn. It's an acrylic merino mix. It's very soft. Makes it very affordable. I am going to treat myself to enough yarn to make an indie dyed one at the Willay retreat at the weekend, but that is actually going to be partially a Christmas present from my husband. Not that he knows it yet, but if I mention Christmas to him at the beginning of November, he is going to go mad. So what I'm going to do is buy the yarn myself, and then I'm going to say to him, well, actually, I have this yarn. Why don't you give me that for Christmas? And then you can just pay me back. If not, I've bought myself the yarn. It's not the end of the world. But I can see I'm going to see how this washes, and obviously how it fits as well. That's another big thing. But I may very well just buy some more of this Sirdar Country Classic, because it's lovely. It's really nice. I make yet another one. I almost feel like I want to knit the whole of Jennifer Steinglass's yoke sweater collection, because there's so many lovely ones in there. So I'm gonna choose the next one. I think I might just go for 2 colours for the next one, just because I think that might be easier purchase wise, because when I'm away on the retreat, my brain leaves the building and I get very flustered's not the word, almost overwhelmed, I guess. Overwhelmed is definitely the word, and I can't make decisions. So I think if I've only got to decide on 2 colours, that might be better than trying to decide on, I mean, this is 3 colours. Yeah, 3 colours. But I love this so much. I really do. So one of the jobs I need to do today or tomorrow is just go through Jennifer Steinglass's patterns and choose another one. So yeah, that's the Vento sole. I'm just using Licky wooden needles, which I found have been really nice with this acrylic yarn. They've slid nicely. They've got a little bit of stick to them, which is useful when you're doing colour work. I find that Chalgoo needles for colour work, it's a bit too slidey, and I can't get the tug on it to kind of neaten up the colour work. And yeah, there's nothing else really I can say about it other than I love it to pieces, and I am looking forward to working on it. That is definitely going with me to the retreat in Rachel's lovely bag, and I need to put the rest of the yarn in there though. That's one thing I do need. I do need the rest of the yarn just in case. But so that is definitely going. As I said, that's a So Raimi bucket bag, which is nice and big, which I need for this jumper because it's quite hefty. So that's that one. So next up in my winter animal, this is a Busy Pottering bag. I love this so much. I really do. I need to find a handle for it actually. And so the zip pull is from Green Lampkin Yarns Halloween countdown box, which I haven't shown generally on the podcast. I mentioned it early on because I opened my extras to start with, but I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to spoil anyone. But seeing as this is going to go out on the 1st of November, no, not even the 1st of November, the 3rd of November. Yeah, the 3rd of November. Hopefully everybody's opened it by then. So this is my new cast on. Oh goodness me. this really captured my imagination. I've got a great big bundle of minis in there. So Rachel of So Remy has a mulled scarf that she's been knitting on, and she did a how-to on her vlogs, and it completely spoke to me. In fact, it yelled at me, because it's such a good way to use up all the leftover tiny bits. I mean, not that all of them are tiny, some of them are quite significant, but you know, I've just got literally a great big pile of ends and minis and all sorts in there. And I just think, because you know me, if you remember last year, I was trying to find a project. Oh, excuse me a minute. Right, I had a load of notifications keep popping up on my phone. It must be 9 o'clock. Yes, it's 9 o'clock. That's why. Anyway, going back to what I'm talking about. If you remember last year, I was using up all my ends on a litmus cowl, but then that changed because I actually quite liked how structured the litmus cowl was. So it wasn't just knitting to the end of the ball of yarn. It was a solid 8 rows. Talking of which, during the clear up on the vlogs, I haven't seen the litmus cowl. We haven't had the litmus cowl, have we? Anybody who's been watching the vlogs, comment down below. Have you seen the litmus cowl? It's the yellow one with different coloured yarns. I've not seen that. That's slightly worrying. I don't know where that is. Anyway, beside the point, off topic. I saw this mulled scarf and I just completely fell in love. And this is the type of thing you could make and give away to like non-knitty friends, because it's just using up your leftovers. So if they don't really appreciate it, it's not going to be the end of the world. But also, I think knitty friends, I can see us all giving each other these scarves because I think they're so wonderful. Rachel, as I said, has a how to do them on her channel, so do go check that out for an in-depth of how to do it, because it's definitely worth watching. I'm using 5.5mm needles. Rachel uses 5mm needles, but that's because they were the only ones I could find at the time, and I was very, very eager to start. So they're my needles. They're both Knit Pros. That's Knit Pro Rosewood. Colours, Knit Pro Colours, maybe that one. It's not a symphony, so it might be Colours. I can't remember what the plastic ones are called. Maybe they're Colours. Anyway, that's wood with a metal tip. Which is actually quite a nice combination. I think more manufacturers should do that, because you've got the niceness of the metal, but how nice the wood is on your hands. Anyway, beside the point. This is how far I've got. So bear in mind, I only started this Saturday. It shows you what I've been working on this week. It knits up in seconds because it's such a large stitch. It's such a heavy gauge, and there's a special way of finagling it so that the two sides stay together. So you're knitting it in the round, but it sort of stays flat. So again, I'm knitting mine on 2 circulars. As I said, check out Rachel's channel for a proper how-to, and it's knit holding 2 fingering weight yarns double, and it's just scrap. So Rachel has a definite method to hers. With mine, it's just I'm knitting until the yarns run out. So the pinks, so there was green in this bit, and then there was green in the pink, and then the green ran out, and now this colour's going in, which is just, I think might even be a magic knot ball. I don't know. It's just like some ends. So that's going in now. But I've only done like 1 round of that at the very top. It's been the green until then. So mine's not, it's not going to be as ordered, let's go, as Rachel's is. So if you can see there, there's just a small difference between that one and that one. That was just a small amount of yarn that went in, and then that the multicoloured yarn in the bottom there was in with a darker yarn and then in with a lighter yarn there. So that whole section, one of them is the same yarn. And then that whole section from there through to there, one of them is the same yarn, which was the green. So at some point, I'm sure I'll end up with two running out at the same time. I'm hoping not, because then that won't be quite so blendy, but we will see. I'm not planning on wrangling it at all. There's going to be no yarn management. I don't choose the colour. I stick my hand in and go, right, that's the next colour. Wow. Oh, that'll be a colour change. Oh, luckily I get to do a second dip of that. I don't know whether I would have gone with that, to be fair. That'd be significant, but yeah, I love it. I just love so much. I love how it feels. I really love the gauge on using the 5.5mm needles. It's really, really squishy, really squishy. It knits up really quickly. And yeah. So expect to see this a lot, and maybe multiples of them. It's got a little, you know, the gnome theme. I've got a little gnome on here. I don't know whose he is. Really don't know whose he is. If you are a maker who watches me and he's yours, let me know. I can't remember, because apart from anything else, I'd like more. He's, I think, technically Christmas, but either A, it's close enough to Christmas now, I can get away with it, or B, he's not Christmas anyway. But yeah, I love this. Again, this is going with me to the retreat, because I honestly think it's going to be great retreat knitting. I have got a sock that I probably will bring with me, which is like an autumnal sock, which I think is Blue Fern Yarns, that is just in there, that I will take, because then I can just knit round and round on the sock if I need to. But to be honest, I'm just going to knit round and round on that. The brain is going, just take this, a gnome, and the Vento, because what else are you going to knit on? You just want easy knitting, and the Vento on this is absolutely easy knitting, so why would you not just keep the two that you've got? You don't need to take millions of projects. Although the brain does like a sock, and I feel that if I don't take a sock, I'll end up buying needles and buying yarn and casting on a sock, which I think would be ridiculous. So I need to take a sock from here, really. Anyway, that's it for the knitting section. If that's all you're here for, then I hope you've enjoyed it, and thank you for watching. If not, I have got some purchases and some yarn that I'm planning on using, which is kind of piled there. You'll see, but I'm going to do Happy Mail first. So in a bid to find Halloween stitch markers, I came across Roro and Katie's, who does beaded stitch markers. And although it's Halloween today, I'm not really going to get a chance to use them. I will put them in my lovely pots that Jules gave me. And there's a little ghost. And a little pumpkin. This is the downside of podcasting, because I didn't want to take these off until I'd shown you. And obviously it's the 31st of October today, so I probably won't use them from now on, but they'll be nice and new for next year, which hopefully will be in those pots and I will know where they are. But they are very cute, very cute. As I said, that's Roro and Katie's. It came beautifully packaged as well, like beautifully packaged. And the other thing I've got is a little basket from So Sweet Violet. It's her Autumn Bits and Bobs basket, which I absolutely adore. Isn't that lovely? Very autumnal. Cute basket. I've got a complete collection of them up there. They are going to... I am thinking about... You know, I was saying about putting the gnomes on top of my desk. I was thinking about putting these on top of my desk. At the moment, I have books on top of my desk, so I'd need to change those. So I just don't know really don't know what I'm going to do. I've also got some changes in the lounge. I might be able to put these in the lounge. But shall I show you the yarn that came with it? So there's this little pink one. These will probably go in my sweet shop blanket, because that's where these are going at the moment. They're all autumnal colours. And oh, that one got away from me. So I may very well put these in my sweet shop blanket. I have a lot of them is the only thing. Oh, that's pretty. It sparkles. You see the sparkle? Oh, these are lovely. It's like a little, almost a little fade. I love that one. That's beautiful. That's the sort of colour I'm thinking of getting at Kelly's for the next colourwork jumper. I want something that's quite variegated, but not too variegated. So yeah, anyway, that's what I'm thinking of. I wish I could hold these up in a line, but that's never going to happen. So where is my other phone? Let's just do a little bit of video. I'm just going to take a photo and I'll put it in. Here we go. Let's take a photo. So I've just taken a photo, so hopefully that's going to go in, yeah, in there. It should go in there, hopefully. Really cute. So yes, so they'll probably go in my sweet shop blanket. But I do love it very much. So that's the end of my, no, it's not, well, it's not the end of my Happy Mail, but it sort of is the end of my Happy Mail. You'll see why in a minute. This is the next lot of Happy Mail. So over here, this is totally, I blame my friend Kate, and she knows that. I bought this. So this is the book by Imagine Landscapes, who does all the gnomes that I knit. And Sarah Skura. There we go. I got this on Amazon, and I can't really show you obviously the whole book, but I can show you some of the gnomes. There's a nice picture with kind of all of them on it. If I can find that. There we go. Oh, they're cute. They are so cute. Completely love this book. So I wanted some yarn to knit these in. Now, inspired by the tweed yarn on the front of here, I went on a search for, I have a tweed mini set from Folk Yarn Studio, which would be perfect for this, but I cannot find it. I really need to finish my yarn sorting project, because then I would have just been able to look on the screen and go, oh, look, it's in that box, and find it straight away. But no, I have not done that yet. However, I did manage to find every other mini that I seem to have from Folk Yarn Studio, so that was impressive. So I've got the Ice and Fire collection, which is a tonal mini set. So I thought, well, these would work well. Now, I've got the same as this, but in the tweed version. So it would be nice if I could find that. I am, however, going to hold on to that one, because that is the Night King or Winter King, whichever it is, that I'm using in my summer sorrel. And if I should need a tiny bit extra, I've got it. So that's going to go to my summer sorrel. I've then got this one as well, which is also the Ice and Fire collection, but this is the variegated mini set. Oh, they're beautiful. So if I want a little bit more variegation in it, I could use these ones. As I said, wasn't so keen in that, in like the really variegated yarns and the speckled yarns in her. But so I think the plainer ones in this, like these dark ones, would be perfect. And then I also had this. I came across this collection, which sparkles, and this is the Springcour Collection from Fibre Fox, and they are very tonal. And I think sort of, because a lot of these are colourwork gnomes, and I think sort of, you know, the dark green with some of these kind of more variegated lighter colours actually would look really lovely together. So that's my other. So I've got all of these basically to knit gnomes with, and as Kate said when I showed it to her, are you planning on knitting an army? Well, you've got enough there to knit an army. One of the two. Gosh, that's really popping, isn't it? That one there. What's that in? That's in that set. I think altogether they would be perfect. So I need to choose some of these today and make up and choose which gnome I'm going to make and make up a little gnome kit. So I'm going to take a gnome with me to knit on and that book. So that will be my retreat knitting. Will be my scarf, my Vento, a gnome, and a sock. Preferably a sock whip because I really don't need to cast on yet another sock. But yes, I just want to knit all the gnomes because they're just cute. And like I said, she can go and sit up there anyway. The pumpkins will be, well, I've got it, literally, I keep looking over there going, there's something wrong. And yeah, there's a pumpkin down. Pumpkin down. God knows why. Maybe I knocked it when I was turning on the light. Talking of knocking things, where I've tidied up that behind me, the cat went in there yesterday and has knocked all of the front things down. So there's just stuff all over the floor, some of which is pins. So I'm going to have to pull out that entire cupboard, having just sorted it all, to put everything away. I am fuming with her, absolutely fuming. She is banned from in here. It wasn't mine, it was Smudge. I mean, Smudge is mine too, but it wasn't Demi. It wasn't my angel cat, of course not. Anyway, that got off the topic. So yeah, I was thinking, like, you know, that you could do that and like that together for the hat on that. There's just so many options. I haven't really got too many beard colours. I mean, that's a beard colour. I might need to grab some more beard colour. I have got I came across a grey leftover, which I actually do know where that is, of Giddy Yarn. So I think I might just go grab that, and then I've got that as well. So I think that's pretty much the end of it for me. I'm very much looking forward to going away at the weekend. I will vlog some of it, but it'll be like my bits, like what I'm doing, because for a general vlog, there's so many podcasters going. One, I'm going to be very intimidated, and two, they can do it much better than I can. But I will try and vlog what I'm making and what I've done, and possibly, you know, like Meg, if she does actually make the Christmas lights for me. She was not keen when I asked her to do it last night, and it's really sad because they're crochet and I can't crochet. I mean, I can crochet, but I can't make things like that. And she can, so I'm really grateful if she'd do it, but she wasn't keen. I was like, oh, okay, we'll see. She might change her mind when she's there. If not, I might have to see if I can mug a crocheting friend. See if they'll make them for me. But yarn provided, of course, and something in return. Well, we'll see. Hopefully she'll do it. What else was I saying? So yeah, so I can vlog maybe what she's doing, and maybe my friend Kate, whatever she's up to. But it will be very kind of just me. As I said, you can watch other people's for a general vlog. So I'm looking forward to that. Then November's schedules, I'm planning on hopefully doing what I did in September, which is do a Wednesday, Saturday, and then the podcast on Sunday. I want to try and keep the weekly podcast because this is working quite well. I just need to be up early enough on a Thursday morning to get it done before I need to start work. So it's 9:20 right now. I don't start till past. So I've got this finished in time, and I am hoping that it's quite a good episode this week. It's quite interesting. It's been fun to record. I'm very much looking forward to. I'm just sitting here gazing at yarn and gnomes. They're all in front of me, and just planning the gnomes. But one thing I do need to do before I start the new stuff is just write up the old stuff in my knitting journal. I need to do it because I've got 2 finished objects. I need to do a finished object photo for the gnome. So I've got 2 finished objects and I need to write them up. I don't think my scarf's in there either, so I need to write that up as well, because obviously I started the scarf. So that needs to be done, because I need to take that away with me. So I would really like that to be up to date. I think the Vento sole's in there anyway, so I haven't got to worry about that. But yeah. Anyway, I think I'm going to say goodbye, because I'm wittering now. You don't need a witter. So I hope you're all okay wherever you are. Take care, and I will see you next week.